So what we are going to do is we are interested in finding the slope of this curve. Okay, so out of this curve we choose any 2 points which are nearby. Okay, so this is point P and this is point Q. So you choose to find the average slope of the curve between these 2 points. So you assume that this is x and this is x plus delta x. That means the difference of these two coordinates in the x direction is delta x. Similarly, y direction is delta y. So you are finding the slope theta, which is average of these two locations. But however, you can see that this slope is continuously changing. You can see that the slope here it is different, here it is different. The slope is different at different locations. Okay, so there is a difference between the average slope and the instantaneous slope. In calculus, we try to find a mechanism wherein we can find out exact slope at point T. Is it clear? So calculus makes it possible for you to find out the exact slope at point P. तो ये जो angle आएगा that will be the exact slope at point P. If I draw a tangent to this at point P, this will be my slope at point Q. Okay, so this angle is let's say alpha, this angle is beta. So you cannot say that tan alpha is equal to tan beta is equal to tan theta. No, they are not. Tan theta is the average slope. Tan alpha is the instantaneous slope at point P. Tan beta is the instantaneous slope at point Q. Okay. Now, how do you find the instantaneous slope? For that, you have to employ a process of differentiation. That entire process, let us try to understand. Okay, so the first paragraph relates to the average rate of change. Rate of change means the rate at which y changes as x changes, which means if you move from P to Q, you have moved across PR by a distance of delta x. So when you move by a distance of delta x in the x-axis, along the x-axis, by what rate, by what magnitude does delta y change? So delta y by delta x, that means per unit change in delta x. What is the change in y? That is known as rate of change. Okay, so one good example is that of the speed of a car. If we say that the speed of the car is 120 km per hour or 80 km per hour, it basically means that on an average, it covers 80 kilometers in 1 hour. It does not mean that for entire 1 hour the car has to run. Maybe the car ran only for 5 minutes, but in the 5 minutes distance, 5 minute time interval, it covered a distance such that if it would have covered, it would have traveled for 1 hour, the distance would have been 80 kilometers. So delta y by delta x is the average value of its speed in that case. Here the function y relates the variable y with variable x. X is independent and y is dependent. Is it clear? So you calculate average, which is very simple. Then if you want to find out the instantaneous rate of change. Now when I say instantaneous rate of change, then what you have to do is you have to bring your point Q as close as possible. Okay, so what you can do is instead of taking P at faraway point, you take P is here, okay? So P is here. You take another point Q, okay? Such that this distance delta x, this is point P and this is let's say point Q. So this is delta x, okay? And this is delta y. So now if you calculate tan theta, equal to delta y by delta x. Now this value will be very close to the earlier value as compared to the earlier value. अब दूसरे जो हमने पहले किया था उसमें हमारा जो एंगल था वो इस बड़े ट्राइंगल का आ रहा था. Yes or no? And that was not the exact value of the slope. बट अब मैं यहाँ पे अगर एक छोटे ट्राइंगल में देखूंगा, इस छोटे में देखूंगा तो it is very close to the true value. Now if I make this delta x tending to 0, that means this value of delta x is almost 0 but not 0. Okay, then listen to me very carefully. The value of delta x is almost 0, okay, but it is not equal to 0. So we call that situation as a limiting condition on x. What do we call that? Limiting condition on delta x. What is the limiting condition on delta x? That it is tending to 0, but it is not equal to 0. So delta x is tending to 0, but delta x is not equal to 0. That means it is so small that you cannot even think how small it is. If you can think of it, if you can visualize it, then you further break it down to into another 100 crore parts. So this delta x, when it is tending to 0, this delta x becomes dx. We call that as delta x tending to 0. So this situation of the limiting condition on the value of x. When I say limiting means the elemental condition has been applied to it. That means instead of writing delta x tending to 0, we will write that as dx. So dx is that small element. Dx means very small element. Very small element, right? Now in this case, if you want to calculate the slope, you want to find the slope, and you want to find the slope which is instantaneous. That means slope tan theta at exactly at point P. That means now you will find the slope which is given by the value of y plus delta y minus y upon x plus delta x minus x. So what are you doing is, to find the slope, what you used to do is you found the difference in the values of y, y2 minus y1 and x2 minus x1. Okay, so x1 x2 they are del x1 plus delta x and x. तो ये x2 है और ये x plus delta x के बराबर है. बात समझ में आ रही है? ठीक है, तो अब हमको ये पता है. अब अगर मेरे को इंस्टेंटेनियस एग्जैक्टली एट पॉइंट पी चाहिए, तो आई विल हैव दैट लिमिटिंग कंडीशन ऑफ फाइंडिंग द वैल्यू ऑफ delta y by delta x, because tan theta is given as delta y by delta x. But I will write this condition as limit of delta x tending to 0. This is my tan theta, which is slope. This expression now can be written as d by dx of y. So d by dx, that means differential of y. We call that as first order derivative of y. We call that as differentiation of y with respect to x. We call that as instantaneous slope.
Sir,
All are one and the same.
excuse me, sir.
Yes, बेटा बोलो.
Sir, Archit has raised hand.
हाँ अर्चित बोलो बेटा.
सर इसमें आपने जो लिमिट वाला पार्ट लिमिट पुट किया वो लिमिट और फिर उसमें डेल्टा एक्स टेंड्स टू 0, सर उसमें मुझे वो समझ में नहीं आया.
ये वो प्रोसेस है जिससे हम लोग ये स्पेसिफाई करते हैं, rather than explaining the entire thing again and again and writing that statement again and again in every calculation. What we choose to do is that we write one simple expression that if you want to find the exact instantaneous slope at point P, then the point Q should be very close to it. Is it clear? अब मैं इसको अगर बहुत मैग्नीफाई करूंगा, लेट्स से अभी मैं इसको मैग्नीफाई किया था, ठीक है, यू कैन सी दिस पॉइंट P and Q, दे आर नाउ फार ऑफ. अब मैं इसको थोड़ा मैग्नीफाई करता हूँ, तो आई कैन नाउ ब्रिंग दिस पॉइंट Q वेरी क्लोज टू इट. इसको और फर्दर मैग्नीफाई करता हूँ, आई कैन ब्रिंग दिस पॉइंट very close to it and then find the slope. You're getting my point? So I have all the situations possible with me. I can choose to take point Q far away from it, but then it will not be the instantaneous slope, it will be average slope, and average slope may be very different from the instantaneous slope. So average slope does not give you the exact idea. Okay, let's say if I say that you went from Baroda to Jaipur in 10 hours. Okay. Okay, you tell this data to one of your friends that from Baroda to Jaipur, which is 680 kilometers, I reached within 12 hours or 10 hours. So based on the distance of 680 kilometers 10 hours, your average speed can be told as, let's say, 68 kilometer per hour. Okay, but it doesn't mean that all throughout your 10 hours of journey you were traveling with only 68 kilometer per hour. Maybe sometimes you took rest, tea break लिया, sometimes you drove only for, कभी jam था तो you drove only for 10 kilometer per hour, and sometimes when the road was clear you drove at 120 kilometer per hour. So if I ask you, if you have to tell me that when you reached that particular location, what was your speed, or at 4 p.m. and 30 minutes, what was your speed, at that location, what was your speed? So in that case, you will tell me कि सर एवरेज वैल्यू मेरा 68 किलोमीटर पर आवर था, बट एट 4:30 p.m. when I reached Daruheda, or I reached that place, maybe some Ajmer or something, at that place when I was crossing that particular dukan, at that time I was moving with a speed of 120 kilometer per hour. It doesn't mean that you drove for 1 hour with 120 kilometer per hour. You just drove for few seconds, very few seconds, even for a fraction of a second. And during that time, your distance traveled was maybe few meters. तुम यहाँ से यहाँ तक ही ट्रैवल किया है तुमने, लेट अस से, पर तुमको टाइम भी बहुत छोटा है. So your distance delta x and your time taken delta t both are very small. If your delta t is so small that it is almost tending to zero, but not zero, then your distance travel will also be very small but not zero. Then in that case, if you find the ratio, you will get the instantaneous speed. At that instantaneous speed could be 120 kilometers per hour. Similarly, if you want to find out the exact slope at point P, you need to bring point Q as close as possible to P, but not overlapping with P. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
देखो मैं एक बार और ट्राई करता हूँ समझाने की. सपोज करो ये तुम्हारा कर्व है, ठीक है. अब मैं तुमसे पूछूं व्हाट इज द स्लोप एट दिस पॉइंट. इस पॉइंट पे क्या स्लोप है इस कर्व का, या इस पॉइंट पे क्या स्लोप है कर्व का. So what you can do is you can take this as your starting point, point P, and you can choose to take another point Q far away. Then you will draw this triangle, you will get some slope. If you want the exact slope at this point, which is this line, तो आपको इसका स्लोप चाहिए, मतलब यहाँ पे टेंजेंट ड्रॉ करना पड़ेगा. tan theta of that tangent will be the slope. This thing we have already covered. तो मेरे को पॉइंट P के मैं पॉइंट Q को अगर और पास लेके आता हूँ, इधर लेके आता हूँ, then this is my slope. ओके, मैं इस पॉइंट Q को और पास में लेके आता हूँ. Now you can see that it is very close to the actual value of theta. This angle and this angle is alpha, let's say, and this angle is the actual angle theta. That is the slope. Now this will be quite close. but not exactly equal to tan theta. Okay, now if I take a magnified view of this and I draw this triangle. Now it is very close to angle theta, but not exactly angle theta. I will further
Okay.
magnify it. I will bring this very close point. Now it will be as good as
Equal to.
tan theta. You're getting my point. So this
Yes,
process of
sir.
finding this at point P can be written as tan theta equal to limiting condition of delta x tending to 0 of delta y by delta x, which is, this is also a quite lengthy expression. So what we do is we simply write dy by dx.
Yes. Okay.
Now this
Thank you, sir.
simple statement of dy by dx signifies everything. That you have to take delta x to be very very small, and then you have to find the tan theta of it by taking delta y by delta x. So that condition can be that all these statements and the procedure that you need to apply can be stated by simple expression of dy by dx. This is known as differentiation. ठीक है, I hope थोड़ा
Okay,
समझ
sir.
में
Thank you, sir. हाँ, thank you, sir.
अब इसको लिख लो आप. ये लिख लिया सबने?
Sir, just one.
लिख लिया सबने इतना? So what I just explained, the process of finding the instantaneous slope, that means we bring in this point Q very close to point P, such that this delta x tends to 0. Then only you will get the instantaneous slope. Okay, now this thing can be written in so many different ways. So we can call this a y prime. Okay, the first one is y prime. Only one dash is there, that is y prime. That also signifies that we want to find the dy by dx. Then the other way is dy by dx, or we can write df of dx. That means f is the function of y relating with x. Okay, so that function could be sin x or cos x, anything function. You can also write function in the form of f of x. Okay, the function, instead of writing y or writing f, you are writing f of x. So this signifies that this is a function sin x or cos x which is differentiated with respect to it. Okay, you can also write that as y dot, which is dy by dx. Okay, generally y dot is used when you are finding with the variation with respect to time. That means y is a function of time, and sometimes f dash x. Fx is the function, f dash x is its first derivative, f double dash x is 2 times if it is differentiated. Okay, so these are some of the ways by which you can represent differentiation. Okay, write them. Here, so let us say we have an example here. How do we find out the differentiation? So our scientists like Newton, they have already done and found some relationship for differentiation in different functions. So I'll take you through only just one example. How did we arrive at the differentiation of or the derivative of, or how did we find out the slope if the function is y equal to x square? Okay, so if you remember, this is nothing but equation of parabola. Yes, this is equation of parabola. इसका ग्राफ कुछ ऐसा आएगा. ओके, नाउ यू वांट टू फाइंड आउट इट्स स्लोप कि किस रेट से इसका स्लोप चेंज हो रहा है. अगर x की वैल्यू कुछ है पॉजिटिव या नेगेटिव है, whether the slope is positive or whether the slope is negative, because here you can see that angle is acute, here you can see angle is obtuse. Okay, so how do we find the relationship for the slope of the curve y is equal to x square? So what we have done is we have applied the process of finding the slope dy by dx in terms of limiting value of delta x. So you substitute the value of x2 as x. Okay, so what is this? This term is nothing but your y2, and this term is nothing but y1, because y2 stands for the value of function for x plus delta x, and y1 stands for the value of function for x is equal to x. Okay, so this is like we know it, x plus delta x square, and then we divide it by delta x. So when you calculate this expression, open it up, you will get x square. This x square and this x square will cancel out. Now you are left with 2 delta x dot x and plus delta x the whole square divided by delta x. Yes, so this will cancel out and this term will be negligible or insignificant. You will say this value will be insignificant. Square of delta x. Why? Because delta x is already tending to 0. Okay, so if you have something which is like very small, and if you square it, that becomes even smaller than that, and a far greater lesser magnitude. Okay, so in terms of, here you have 2x delta x and here you have delta x whole square. So in comparison to this term will be insignificant. Why? Because delta x is tending to 0. So if delta x is tending to 0, what you can do is you will have this value cancelling out with this, neglecting this term. Now you are only left with 2 delta x upon x. This delta x and this delta x will cancel out. And now you are left with only 2x. So that means the slope of the curve is a function of the value of x. So dy by dx can be written as 2x. Okay. This basically means that if let us say this is your okay, let us say this is the parabola. Then if you wish to find out slope at this point, okay, or you wish to find out slope at this point, you just need to substitute the value of x in this expression, y is equal to 2x. If x is positive, slope is positive. If x is negative, slope is negative. Is it clear? So this is one simple example that we have learned today about finding the differentiation of different functions. Now take this time. Literally this.
Sir, do you have to read it?
Sir, do we have to rejoin?
Yes. No, no. No
Okay.
need to rejoin. No, no need to.